Isn't it divine?
It's very nice, yes.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the 20 greatest Agatha Christie novels.
Sorry.
You're a bag of nerves this evening, Mr. Hawes.
Number 20, Lord Edgware Dies.
But of course, there's one thing missing.
What's that?
The body. That's how we normally meet.
No, but it is true.
Oh, well, never mind, Poirot. Soon as word gets round your back, I'm sure one will turn up.
Kicking off our list is a masterclass in the impossible alibi. While many mysteries rely on hidden clues, this one relies on sheer audacity. The plot revolves around the murder of a wealthy baron, with his estranged wife, actress Jane Wilkinson, as the prime suspect. She was seen at a dinner party at the exact time of the murder, granting her an ironclad alibi. It features Captain Hastings at his most charmingly oblivious, but the real draw is the puzzle itself. Christie explores the idea that the most obvious suspect is often the right one, if you can just figure out how they manipulated time and space to do it.
It was Lady Edgware who had asked for me to intercede on her behalf.
She wanted her husband to give her a divorce.
So that's the motive then, is it? The motive, Chief Inspector? Well, I already know it was her. I just want to find out why.
Number 19, The Hollow.
It is a hard thing to kill the one you love, n'est-ce pas?
A very hard thing, I should imagine. I couldn't do it.
If you prefer your murder mysteries with a heavy dose of psychological drama, The Hollow is the book for you. In fact, Christie famously felt that the arrival of Hercule Poirot actually ruined the book, believing the complex relationships of the Angatel family were interesting enough on their own. The detective arrives at a country estate to find a man bleeding into the swimming pool and his wife standing over him with a gun. A scene so theatrical, Poirot assumes it's a prank. Celebrated for its deep character study and tragic tone, this novel proves Christie was just as skilled at writing human heartbreak as she was at crafting puzzles.
I see that you are playing the murder game. Alors, très bien. I congratulate you all.
Number 18, After the Funeral.
What can I do for you? You're not here to tell me I've overlooked another crime by any chance?
Well, as a matter of fact, I am.
It is the quintessential Christie setup. A wealthy patriarch dies, a dysfunctional family gathers for the will reading, and someone says the thing you should never say. When the victim's sister Cora makes a curious remark about a potential murder, she seals her own fate and is brutally killed with a hatchet the next day. This book perfectly executes the spooky old house trope, and it was famously adapted into the 1963 film Murder at the Gallup, swapping Hercule Poirot for Miss Marple. With a terrifyingly bold killer and a plot hinging on misdirection, After the Funeral reminds us that family reunions can be deadlier than poison.
My dear Mrs. Lansquenet, would you mind saying plainly what you mean by all this?
But he was murdered, wasn't he?
What? Really, Aunt Cora, this is a very silly thing to say.
Number 17, The Body in the Library.
She was there on the hearthrug.
I can't understand it. I really can't.
Neither can we.
It's just not the sort of place.
That's what makes it so very interesting.
For years, The Body in the Library was an actual joke, a cliché phrase that used to mock detective fiction. So naturally, Agatha Christie decided to write a book with that exact title just to prove she could do it. The story begins when the respectable Bantry household wakes up to find the corpse of a glamorous platinum blonde stranger on their library hearthrug. To clear her husband's name, Mrs. Bantry calls in her old friend, Miss Marple. The Body in the Library highlights the contrast between the quiet, boring village life of St. Mary Mead and the sordid, violent realities of the outside world. And yes, it is also Miss Marple at her absolute sharpest.
Oh, Jane, I'm so glad you've come.
Oh, Dolly, what a terrible thing.
I know. Rather thrilling, isn't it?
Number 16, Cards on the Table.
Now, supposing you four sit here, drinks are on the sideboard, do please help yourselves.
Usually, a locked room mystery involves a sealed door. In this ingenious novel, the room is wide open. It's the psychological walls that are closing in. Mr. Shaitana, a flamboyant host, invites 4 detectives, including Poirot, and 4 suspected murderers to a dinner party. They play bridge at different tables in the same room, and by the end of the night, their host is dead. Poirot solves the case not by hunting for cigarette ash or footprints, but by analyzing the bridge scorecards to determine the risk tolerance of the players. It's a brilliant intellectual exercise pitting 4 sleuths against 4 killers, resulting in one of the most unique structures in the Christie canon.
It's jolly curious. Here are the 4 of us, and we're all, well, for want of a better word, sleuths.
So who are those four in there?
Number 15, 450 from Paddington. A woman on a train looks out her window and for one fleeting second, witnesses a man strangling a woman in a passing carriage. Talk about a cinematic opening.
Tickets, please.
A woman has been strangled. I saw it.
I beg your pardon?
A man strangled a woman in a train. I saw it out there.
When no body is found, the police dismiss the woman's claims, leaving it to Miss Marple to find the truth. Because Marple is too old to go digging around crime scenes herself, she hires the supermaid Lucy Islesborough to infiltrate the suspect's family home undercover. This fast-paced thriller leans heavily into the armchair detective dynamic. It is suspenseful, action-packed, and features one of Christie's most unforgettable one-off heroines in the indomitable Lucy.
We have come to the conclusion that what you saw on the train was, well, a man and a woman.
Yes, as I said.
I mean, perhaps they were honeymooners.
Number 14, Endless Night.
It was my destiny. Gypsy's acre. I'd knock it down, build the most fantastic house, and there you'd have it. My future.
Published late in Christie's career, this standalone novel proved that even in her 70s, the Queen of Crime could still bring the goods and pull the rugs. Trading cozy tea rooms for psychological dread, Endless Night is an atmospheric horror story about a working-class chauffeur who builds a dream house on cursed land. Critics at the time were floored by the dark tone and modern feel of the narrative, and Christie herself was known to love it, considering it one of her finest books. We won't spoil the ending, but suffice it to say, it features one of the coldest and most chilling reveals in literary history. It is a haunting tragedy that sticks with you long after the final page.
Such a lonely spot. Sort of scary.
Number 13, The Murder at the Vicarage.
I thought you'd be straining at the leash to sniff out the culprit. You do have a reputation to maintain.
My reputation, Colonel Prothero, if I have one. How very kind of you to suggest I do, is neither here nor there. I merely wonder if it's a little early to talk of culprits.
Nonsense!
This is where the legend truly began. While she had appeared in short stories before, this novel marked the first full-length appearance of the legendary Jane Marple. It established the geography of St. Mary Mead and introduced the world to the idea that a nasty old gossip might actually be the smartest person in the room. The plot concerns the murder of Colonel Prothero, a man so universally hated that even the vicar jokes that killing him would be a service to the world. It's a foundational text for the genre, establishing the rules of the village mystery that authors have been copying for nearly a century.
Sometimes the simple explanation is the right one.
Last night's wasn't.
Number 12, Curtain, Poirot's Last Case.
How are you, old chap?
Not dead yet.
Written during the Blitz of World War II but locked in a vault for 30 years, Curtain is the final chapter in the life of Hercule Poirot. The aged detective summons his old friend Hastings back to Styles Court, the setting of their very first adventure, to stop a killer one last time. How poetic. The tone is darker and more melancholy than almost any other Christie novel, dealing with themes of mortality and justice. Upon its publication in 1975, the reaction was so immense that the New York Times ran a front-page obituary for Hercule Poirot, the only fictional character to ever receive such an honor. It is a heartbreaking and perfect goodbye.
When the moment comes, I will not try to save myself, but humbly offer my soul to God and pray for His mercy.
Number 11, Crooked House.
You see, I read detective stories. And a good detective will take the time to gather evidence and question everyone before solving a case. Because the murderer is never the one you initially suspect.
This is another one of Christie's personal favorites. A standalone mystery without Marple or Poirot, it focuses on the Leonides family, who live together in a sprawling mansion under the thumb of a tycoon grandfather. When he's poisoned, suspicion falls on everyone in the titular Crooked House. The publishers originally begged Christie to change the ending, finding it too shocking for the time, but she refused, and thank goodness she did. With a fun nursery rhyme motif and a conclusion that rivals The Sixth Sense in shock value, this is a dark masterpiece that demands to be read.
Another murder, Holmes?
Well, there's always a second murder. Someone who knows something is bumped off before they can reveal what they know.
Number 10, The A.B.C. Murders. Agatha Christie's famous detective Hercule Poirot hunts for a serial killer who murders people with the same first initial in their first and last names.
You mean those people were complete strangers to the murderer?
Précisément, Hastings. Chosen only because of his mania for the alphabet.
He was too late to save Alice Asher, Betty Barnard, and Carmichael Clark. This is not only one of Agatha Christie's best stories, but it is also one of the first ever serial killer novels.
All of the victims are at hazard, yes, except for one. This monster is committing a series of murders in order to draw away our attention from one murder in particular.
Something else that makes this novel unique is Christie's use of both first and third-person narratives. The arrogant killer leaves a trail of clues for Poirot to follow, which just might be his downfall.
It was the fingerprint on the typewriter that really clinched things, of course.
Ah, the fingerprints, yes. They are useful.
Number 9. 5 Little Pigs. The original title of this mystery was Murder in Retrospect, but given its premise, 5 Little Pigs is probably a more fitting name.
Yeah, well, then it makes the logic that one of these 5 people must have done so.
There's no reason why any of them should.
No, but all the same, I think I shall pay to them each a visit.
Get 5 different versions of the same event.
Hercule Poirot is back again to investigate the 5 suspects of a 16-year-old murder case. Each of the possible killers tells Poirot their version of what happened, giving this novel a sort of Rashomon style of storytelling.
During the trial, I was never asked a question to which I returned an untrue answer, but I was guilty of withholding certain facts. And I do not repent of that, Monsieur Poirot.
To add some novelty to the mystery, each of the suspects' alibis mirrors a line from the childhood song 5 Little Pigs. With so many different perspectives on the same tragic event, Poirot has his work cut out for him.
But sometimes what we accept as the truth may not be the full story, n'est-ce pas? And sometimes it may not be true at all.
Number 8. Peril at End House. Nothing puts a damper on a vacation like discovering that there's an attempted murderer on the loose.
I was beginning to imagine you in a dark, mysterious mansion, haunted by a family curse.
Well, if it is haunted, the ghost must be sent to protect me. I've had 3 escapes from sudden death in the last 3 days.
After witnessing an attempt on the life of Magdala Nick Buckley, Poirot puts her under his protection, hoping to prevent her murder. But who would want her dead? As he investigates, the plot thickens tenfold. The New York Times book review praised the novel as, quote, diabolically clever.
I have been blind. Blind. Complex, I have said? Mais non. Of a simplicity extreme. And the miserable one that I am, I saw nothing.
Like many of Christie's works, this book has been adapted into all different types of media, including a graphic novel and even a computer game. Number 7. Evil Under the Sun. This one is yet another tale of Christie's famous world-class sleuth Hercule Poirot.
Are you all comfortable? Even the murderer?
As in Peril at End House, Poirot attempts to go on holiday. But there is just no rest for this detective.
The sky is blue, the sun is shining, and yet you forget that everywhere there is evil under the sun.
Shortly after his arrival to a seaside resort, amid a social powder keg of animosity and tension, a young woman, Arlena Stewart, is murdered. Christie's clever use of red herrings and misdirection keeps you on the edge of your seat for the entire read. Just try to keep up with Poirot as he narrows down the suspects and solves the mystery.
Rest assured, with Hercule Poirot, mysteries never last for long.
Number 6. A murder is announced. Step aside, Hercule Poirot. Christie's 50th published book stars another one of her recurring detectives, Miss Marple.
I hope your visit here is a genuine one, and you are not concerning yourself with police business.
Of course, Inspector.
Taking place in post-World War II Britain, the story sees someone anonymously posting an ad in the Chipping Cleghorn Gazette that promises an upcoming murder.
It says today at 7:30. What do you think's going to happen?
Death. Delicious death.
With time running out for her to prevent the crime, Miss Marple must be at her very best. And this novel is, in fact, considered by many to be the best out of all Miss Marple's adventures. It's also considered a classic in the crime fiction genre.
It's been fascinating listening to what people saw or thought they saw last night. Haven't you found that?
No.
Because in reality, they couldn't actually have seen anything, could they?
Go on.
Rumor has it, Christie tried out some of the schemes and misdirections used in this book on her neighbors.
But why? What's the point of it? Seems a very stupid sort of joke, and in very bad taste.
Number 5. Death on the Nile. Agatha Christie is famous for the trapped with the killer type of story, and this is one of her best. This novel takes place, you guessed it, along the Nile River in Egypt.
We have the Karnak all to ourselves, a chef and enough champagne to fill the Nile.
While on a cruise, Poirot discovers that there's a murderer hiding among the other passengers. Though Poirot must unravel many twists and turns along the way, he is dogged in his pursuit of the truth.
What did you do last night?
You accused me of murder.
He accuses everyone of murder.
It is a problem, I admit.
Reviewers praised this Christie work not just for its adventurous story, but also for its well-developed characters, and of course, for its climactic ending.
You know, our big mistake, and unbelievable that I should go along with it, was to suppose that this crime was spontaneous. Not so. No, it was worked out meticulously in every detail.
Number 4. The Mysterious Affair at Styles. This novel is a particularly special one in Christie's collection. It's her first published novel ever, and on top of that, it's also Hercule Poirot's very first appearance.
Good Lord.
Monsieur Poirot!
It is indeed mon ami Hastings!
Plus, it serves as the introduction to some of Christie's other recurring characters, Arthur Hastings and Inspector Japp. When an acquaintance whom Hastings is staying with is poisoned, it's up to Poirot to find her killer.
Eh bien, Hastings, we have in this room now 6 points of interest. Shall I catalogue them, or will you?
You.
Very well.
Apparently, this first novel spawned from a dare propositioned by Christie's sister. How awesome is that? Christie may never have become the Queen of Mystery if not for this dare.
One of those curious little facts, mon ami. We put it here.
Number 3. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Just when he thought he was out, an unexpected murder pulls him back in.
Chief Inspector, I have been idle for too long.
Oh, come on, Poirot. Be like old times.
Very well.
Belgian detective Hercule Poirot is brought out of a well-earned retirement when a friend is murdered.
The fields that are green are the secret burial places of the victims of murders most hideous.
This is one of Christie's most well-known and widely celebrated novels. By the nature of Christie's whodunit style of storytelling, pretty much all of her works have shocking reveals or twist endings. But this one stands out among the rest as arguably Christie's best ever.
Before I reveal my secret, you must both expound your theories to me.
In fact, in 2013, it was voted as the best crime novel ever by the British Crime Writers Association. This is also Christie's first book to ever be adapted. It was turned into a stage play called Alibi, and a movie a few years later. Number 2. Murder on the Orient Express. Hercule Poirot finds himself trapped on a train stranded by snow with a killer among the passengers.
As we are snowbound, I have elected to take the case and find for my friend Monsieur Bouc the criminal.
And why you?
My name is Hercule Poirot, and I am probably the greatest detective in the world.
Everyone seems to have something to hide, and the more clues he finds, the more they point him every which way. This novel was inspired by the tragic real-life Lindbergh kidnapping and murder in 1932, as well as Christie's personal adoration for the real Orient Express.
Impeccable. Merci.
Bon appétit.
Elizabeth.
It inspired many fans to ride the Orient Express themselves to confirm all of the minute details in the book. This one will keep you guessing all the way until the end.
There are 2 possible solutions to this crime. One difficult because it fits with most but not all of the facts, and one more complex.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, And Then There Were None. This is probably Christie's most famous There's a Killer Among Us whodunit.
Wicked flee where no man pursueth. 2 accidental deaths in 12 hours? I don't believe it.
You might not even realize that you've probably seen a version of this story referenced in pop culture before. The TV shows Family Guy and Boy Meets World have entire episodes paying homage.
Enough already!
Do we upset you?
Yes!
Upset you enough to kill?
Dun dun dun! The book is not only the best-selling mystery novel in the world, it is one of the best-selling books of all time. After strangers are lured to a mansion on an island, they realize that a murderer is hunting them down one by one.
Look, I trust you. Don't you trust me?
Yes.
That's more reason.
Come coming closer!
The growing tension between the guests as they're methodically narrowed down jumps right off the page.
And then none.
Which iconic books did we forget? Let us know in the comments below.